Hello guys, is everything working? Can everybody see me and hear me? So hello Paolo, Cyan, Eve. I'm guessing you can all hear me and everything's good. Let's see if the face cam's gonna work. Oh, it's just about working. Is it lagging quite a lot? Why is that coming? It's all good, okay. Let's see, post it to Instagram. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll get started. Right, hello, right, everything's good. Excellent. So right, let's start. So okay. So there's a slight change of plans today. I was going to show off like some new, like all the handmade watercolors, but I'm not quite ready for that. So I'm going to try and hopefully try and finish this painting today. It's been taking such a long time to do. How is everybody doing? How is everybody surviving the heat? It's definitely slightly warm here today. It's about 25 degrees. Far too warm for me. Right, where was I with this? It's been that long I can't even remember. Hello, Vomica D. Hello. I was somewhere with this, but I can't remember where. Might have been the leaves, green bits. Hello, Dryad. Hello. Right, make sure I've got the right water, clean water, and I'll get started. So you in Spain or you in Brazil? I can't remember. You're going to get rain apparently. I think we're going to get some rain next week. I'm quite looking forward to it. I feel like we need to cool down a little bit. Which blue am I going for? I shouldn't complain about the weather too much here. We've had it quite mild up to until now. Usually July is like a really hot month, but it's taken until the very last week to get some Yeah, sorry, Portugal. That's the one I was on about. Not Brazil. That's in America. Oh, the Americas, down the bottom. Right. Brush. So, color and paint. So if anybody has not seen this before, it's the Holbein watercolor botanical set. So what they're calling it a botanical set. Hi Rebecca, hello. Wow, Corfu. Oh, you're raining as well. Have I heard about botanical grey? No, I haven't. What is it? Is it like a channel? Is it a palette? Oh, I think I've damaged my brush while travelling. Whoops. Oh, I still got the letters on. Thank you, Paolo. Hold on, let me. Is it that one? Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Whoops, I've opened Internet Explorer. Oh yeah, how's your puppy going, Cyan? I've seen lots of pictures on Instagram. Looks really fluffy. Oh, stupid laptop. So botanical grey is a mix of light red and French ultramarine. So is that cadmium red light, or is it light red as in like the Winsor and Newton light red? Because I think I've got that somewhere. So maybe I'll try that later and look like a mess. Puppy is good. He's now 90% house trained. Well, that's good. I must admit I'm a cat person, but after seeing pictures of Cyan's puppy, it's really cute and will definitely make me consider getting a dog over a cat. Yeah, I think it's got its own Instagram, so you can see lots of fluffy pictures. So it's Winsor and Newton's light red. Okay, if I've got time we'll have a look at that later, see if it... I'm guessing it's just going to neutralise, make a nice neutralised grey colour. This bit here is a bit of a mess. Right, so... see if I can... Stupid brush. Yeah, he is a really cute dog. What breed is he? I don't even have a reference photo. No. Some more purples here. And bits, need more pink. Okay. Oh. And that needs a light wash of purple. Okay, so brush. I know it's strange, dogs, sometimes I find dogs go quicker than cats. So I don't think I have the lifestyle for a dog. Cats definitely suit my lifestyle a little bit better. Dogs are cute, but they take a lot of work. They have to go on walks like twice a day, and they have to be with somebody all day. Whereas cats you can kind of just leave on their own for an hour or two. So this one needs more depth, pink and purple. So if I go for, again, the opera rose and the bright violet with a bit of dioxazine, I think. It's a bright violet. And dioxazine, permanent violet. That's too purple. It's the problem with dioxazine, it can really heat up mixes. How did Otto's live stream go yesterday after the paint incident? I can't believe that happened. Am I in shot or am I? Oh, all you can see is my head. Whoops. I'll step back a bit. Yes, phthalo green, white shade. I can't believe I thought I got the tubes like round the right way, but I'm guessing I didn't. I went back and watched it, was it last night, this morning? And it just sort of, I just found it so funny. Like Otto's reaction to it, she thought that I had pranked her. But it was quite. I don't know how I did it, because well, they're all white tubes, the ones that I labelled. But I'm pretty sure that I took all the lids off and checked. It's a really nice tea. This is the Caramel Rubius tea. It's from Pecco's Tea Shop. Hello, Lana. Hello. So this needs more purple. How do I do this? Yeah, it was that tea shop that I was telling you about. Yes, Pecco's Tea. I don't know where they got their name from, but it's quite a nice little tea shop. It's spelled the same as well. I think it's P-A-P-E-K-O-E. Yeah, I got Caramel Rubius tea or Rubus tea and chamomile tea. It was quite good priced as well, actually. Like sometimes tea can be really expensive. Yeah, I did look for some orange Pecco tea, but I couldn't find any in the shop. It was one thing I spent some time looking for. Ah, so Pecco was named after tea. Ah. So that bit there is, yeah, okay. Then after the tea, I've got some stream juice to drink. Need to make sure I drink plenty in this weather. Yeah, her scalp calmed down now, has she? She's not freaking out too much. Oh, her normal amount, I guess. So Scout was named after the little girl in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. So Pecco's doing a lot better, and so Scout. It's good to hear. Right, leaves, petals. This top one is so difficult to sort of mark it right. It's a lot of different shades, purple and lots of different lines. Yeah, we never have any problems with Dory. It's difficult to get problems with small animals because they deteriorate so fast if they've got like an illness or anything. They usually pass away before it's even picked up on. So in a way, I guess it's a sweet, I guess. Like they don't have to go for any vet bills or anything, all that sort of stress. But then it'll kill them. So. Where are we going? Eve, yeah, it's been a bit of a weird week with the weather and everything. How's your website building going, Eve? Your new website. I think I saw that last week. Last week was a weird week because I wasn't here, so I was like viewing everything on mobile. So I missed quite a lot of videos I've been playing catch up on and looking at different things. Everyone's dream art supplies. So Eve asked, what is everybody's dream art supply? My dream art supply would probably be, I don't know, maybe every colour from Old Holland and Sennelier, I think. The Sennelier one is possible, I believe. I think Jackson's do a big case of it for about 250 quid, which is pricey, but it's not bad value, I guess, when you look at the price per tube. Well, yeah, anyway, surely isn't any art supply a dream one. Oh, that's irritating. So, thinks Etsy might be postponing their update, maybe. Maybe they're getting a lot of backlash for they're getting a lot of backlash for putting up the price of the commission price on postage and actual listing. I think it went up from 2.5% to 5% on both, which is quite a lot, especially if you don't make a lot, such as I know myself and we don't. It's not a big revenue, and for many other small businesses, it's not like we're earning thousands from it. Yeah, the big 98 tube set, I think it's all of them apart from the Opera Road. But yeah, it's quite good priced considering the amount of tubes that are in it, but it's still a lot of money, no matter how good priced it is. The Super Colour 30th year edition set, Paolo says, for his dream supply. Is that like watercolours or is it colour pencil? Lots of Daniel Smith paints, says Lana and Dryad. Yeah, they have so many paints. I think it's something like 200 and something. So it has every super colour pencil and the 30th special edition. Wow. I've never heard of the... Actually, no, I have. Supercolour, I think that's what... Was that what we were using on AutoStream? I think. So that needs more. That one. And if I drop some purple to this corner. See, I don't even know why I'm doing that because these paints don't really move. So I'm dropping colour into the wet paint and it's just sitting there. These paints are excellent for illustration, but they're not so well lended to botanical stuff. They're struggling to move. So this needs more purple, maybe. Yeah, the Caran d'Ache pencils look really nice and creamy. I think I've got one. I think I've got their white. So Paolo says for watercolours he'd have the entire range of Winsor and Newton. Yeah, they have got some really interesting colours, and some colours are sort of unique, or they do the best of. But they are bit firmer. There are some colours I would definitely go to Winsor & Newton for, and some I would just go somewhere else. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Otto brings out for her watercolours. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of Eve's ones, I think. She was kind enough to send me some to try, and then I purchased some as well. So, question from Lana. So will our paints be in shops, as in like physical shops, like stores? So they won't be in stores, but yeah, they'll be online somewhere, either on Etsy or on another website somewhere. So I need to bring on Etsy, yes, no. Right, no one knows what's happening to that update now, I guess. If they're postponing it or cancelling it or changing it, no one really knows. I am looking at moving off of Etsy very soon. I was in the middle of, well, I'm starting to set up a website. Started last night, getting stuff ready and sort of starting to build pages. But I think I will try and move off of Etsy anyway. I think it will be better to have everything in one place, in one website. And as well, I wouldn't have the problems of paying like the commission. I just pay like a yearly fee for the site and that's it. That's a bit. Yeah, I've not tried using a dehydrator yet. Are they? I don't know if they're expensive or not, or how much space they take. Yes, I have. The minute I'm selling on Etsy, or was, I put it on holiday mode because I sold out of pretty much everything, apart from I think it was a painting that was on there. But yeah, so I put it on holiday mode, so it's temporarily on hiatus. And then because of this Etsy thing, and then everything else, well, I was looking at building a website in general. But then because of Etsy sort of upping their price, I thought I'd try and combine it all under one roof. Yeah, humidity is the one thing that affects like the drying of my paint. It's not so much the hot or cold. Like my paints can be fine, and then like September and sort of a few weeks ago was the worst time because it will get like really cold in the morning and really sort of drier, and then in the afternoon the sun will come out. It will be more humid and it will affect everything, and it will make all the paints reactivate. I think Canada gets a little bit more humid than the UK. Even though today's not feeling particularly fresh. Yeah, it's the weather that will help limit production, because when you pour pans, they dry in layers. So if you pour a pan and fill it all the way to the top, it will shrink down as it dries, and you have to pour more on top. And this is why it takes really like a long process. If you've got really humid or changeable humidity levels, your paint will keep drying and reactivating, which will slow down the curing and drying process. So Finland's got quite dry air, has it? Guess it's cold a lot of the time. I wish we had dry air. How many layers? It varies on pigment and how they dry. I would definitely say 3 to 4 layers. Sometimes it's usually 3. Sometimes I have to put a 4th on, sometimes to cap it, to make it look sort of nice. That tends to be quite a thin layer though, the 4th one. Yeah, my paints have quite a lot of honey in, so I set them all and then they'll wrap them all, but then because all the weather changes, they reactivate in their wrappers. Particularly if it moves through a country where the levels are different, humidity levels, and then they're thrown around by post offices and whatnot, which makes them even messier. It's something I'm going to have to sort of maybe look into. It's one of those sort of things, like the honey really does make it much nicer to paint, but it's causing problems with the wrapping and shipping and stuff and drying. So it's finding that balance of enough honey that it's still nice paint that I'm happy with, but not that, but having less of it so that it will set properly. Right. This needs to be darker. So I think that one's nearly done. I need to put a few veins in it. This needs a layer of something. That's got a long way to go. That one's not too far, I don't think. So the set that Paolo is on about, the super colour one, I think he says it's got 422 pencils. That's a lot of pencils. It's also one of the things that puts me off getting the Sennelier super set, the 98 colours. I wouldn't use that many. But they have a lot of colours, probably the same with the colour pencil set. The sort of similar, like cold yellows or warm yellows or Yeah, Sennelier have quite a lot of sort of cute little sets. However, that being said, I do think Schminke are the master of different sets. They have so many. I wonder if there's anybody out there who owns every single one. I expect there is. Yeah, I have a small set of, I think it's 20, 20 polychromos pencils. I did do a video of it somewhere on the channel. I got it to use with watercolour, like going over the top. Because it is quite nice to add another depth to watercolour pieces. But I've never gotten around to doing a full colour pencil piece. It would be nice too, but it's time. Like, watercolour takes up most of my time anyway. Oh crap. It's okay. Thought I lost my reference. Yeah, Sennelier paints are amazing. They have a really nice rewettability and they glaze so well. They're one of my favourite brands to use ever, I think. Like, I can't really fault them in any way. They just really suit the way I paint. More than any other brand, really, I think. So that needs something. Brush. The bright red, I think it does have some pigment information somewhere. You just have to sort of, I find that's something I find about Jackson's website. If you go onto their like Sennelier section, you click on it, it comes up with that box. Sometimes it doesn't say the pigment in it, but if you actually click on the color code, but the object code, and it will be a pop-up window. Sometimes that will show you. Oh, speaking of Jackson's, has anybody seen their website? They've recently just put on there, I don't know when, but I saw it this morning. M. Graham watercolours, they're on there. I almost squealed when I saw it. It was like, yes, or M. Graham. They're quite good priced, I think. So apparently I'm very soothing to listen to. Is it the accent? My strange, weird English accent. Cyana M-gram, no time for spelling. Yeah. Oh, they've added the Isero or Isero colours. Oh, that's going to be dangerous. That's one colour brand that looked quite interesting to me, the Isero ones. I've heard about them. They're sort of like word of mouth ones I've heard them about. I've not seen them, not seen like reviews of them or anything like that, but I just keep hearing everybody mention them in comments and messages. I've actually had somebody message me and tell me about them. I believe they're from Wallonia, I believe, the Isero ones, or Isero colours. So these leaves need a lot more work. But it's really odd they didn't announce anywhere that they put the M-grams up, unless it is like a real recent addition. But I did know about it for a little while when I think I messaged them on Twitter or something when they were talking about their oil colours, and I asked about the watercolours, and they said, yeah, that's going to be up as well. So you like the permanent green pale from M-gram? Yeah, they're an amazing brand of paints, M-gram. They're really nice and vivid, and they're a bit like Sennelier but a little bit more wet, and they have a bit of a stronger colour than Sennelier, but then they don't glaze quite as well. They're a bit harder to glaze with, the M-gram paints, in comparison to like Sennelier. I think this painting might be getting there slowly. I might actually be able to finish it today. I was talking about M-gram paints and then the Isero or Isero colours. The M-gram ones are American, they use lots of honey, they're comparable to like Sennelier. And I don't know about the Isero ones, they're from Belgium, from Wallonia, Belgium. And I don't know much about them, apart from that. Did Eve do a video on them? I'm sure someone recently did a video. Really? Starting to warm up a little bit. Definitely feeling the heat. So Eve's got them on order. how technically I'm still on a watercolour ban. So Mandy Van Hooya has a review of Isaro. Yeah, she was. I think I started watching her channel. That was one of the first channels I started watching when I started watercolour painting. Yeah, I've heard very good things about them. I've not heard anything negative. Yeah, there's something that I've done that's broken the art supply ban, kind of. But it was an opportunity that I couldn't resist. It was too good of an opportunity to give up. And you'll find that out in a few weeks. So I think I'm happy with the shading. I think this needs a bit more dark bits, and then I just need to leave it to dry, and then I can do the veining. That needs more. Yeah. I think that's looking better. Just needs to tidy up around the edges. How is it on camera? It's looking okay. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit more on these leads. I'm going to leave it to dry for 10 minutes then, so I can do some veining. In that time I will do that mixture, that botanical grey mixture, and try not to sweat to death. Yeah, I'm quite curious on it and what it's going to look like. So that needs a bit of colour in there. Okay, we have to move this without causing too much. Right, let's see. Right, I think survived. There. Right, let's see if I can find the colours I want. Oh. I need some paper. No. Have I got any scrap? Here we go, some scrap paper. And I need, it's over here. Ultramarine. So right, so this is the light red from Winsor and Newton. It's the old version, so I'm hoping it's still gonna do what it should. Yeah, this is one of a vintage palette. I have more than one. Need some space for mixing. Hopefully you can all see that. So if I just swatch quickly the colours that are used, so this is it's quite like burnt sienna actually. So this is the light red. And this one is the ultramarine. Oh, hello Stacey, hello. So it's neutralized-ish. It's made a dark brown. It's not quite grey. I think I need some more blue in it. Are we talking about supply cutting? No, this is a mix. Apparently there's something called Botanical Grey, which is a mixture of light red from Winsor & Newton and ultramarine blue. So I'm going to see what that's... And we're doing botanical painting. It's drying at the minute. Then I'll go back and do some more. Now that might be actually too much blue. But it is kind of grey-ish. I think that's as grey as what I'm going to get. And this is the greyest. But yeah, I guess this is kind of just like burnt sienna and ultramarine mixed together. And I'll try that. I won't use the Winsor & Newton. Have they got burnt sienna? Yeah. So Holbein have burnt sienna. It's a bit more yellow. So these are the vintage Winsor & Newton, and the ultramarine is my handmade one. Is the I don't know, it's like a mixture. It's probably an in-between between Indian red and burnt sienna. It's not red enough or brown enough for it to be Indian red. But it's too red for it to be burnt sienna. Is it in shot? I didn't even check. Yes. So this is the burnt sienna. Needs a bit more blue. Too much blue. Wrong one. Can't get the mixture right. There we go. So that's the neutral created by the burnt sienna. This is my own ultramarine blue that I make. So I'll leave that to dry for a minute. They do look a little bit different. See, I don't think I would ever call it grey because the ultramarine blue granulates and splits the mixture. But they are nice, it's a nice neutral. I'm not sure what purpose it would have in botanical, I guess for some shading. It's getting warmer. Right, painting should be drier now. Is everything in shot up a little bit there. Okay. So I think my colours are nearly, shading's not too bad. So let's try some veining and bits and see. It's one of them weird things that's happening because I've been looking at this painting for so long that it just looks strange to me. Does anybody else sort of get that, where they look at something for such a long time that they just can't see whether it's like done or looks okay? Right, so veins. It's pretty much all done with dark purple and a very skinny brush. I think French ultramarine is... I think it granulates a bit less French ultramarine. I think Schminker does one, but it doesn't granulate at all. I think they call it French ultramarine extra fine, or maybe I've got that wrong. Right, veins. Oh, so E thinks it granulates more. I'm not certain which way it does. I don't have French ultramarine. I don't think I've got standard, and I've got, that's it, that's standard, or I've got dark, I think. Yeah, some colour names can be really weird. It gets even worse when you look at handmade colours. Like, I know some handmade people just name all their paints like fantasy names. Is it Pfeiffer watercolours that do it, I think? They don't have like an ultramarine blue, they'll call it like peacock blue or something else. Whether it's commercial or it's handmade, it's just people trying to put their own mark on a colour. definitely got some very weird feelings about this painting. What's on my top shirt even? It's too small for me, I think. It's too tight, but sit back a little bit. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like a lion face, but also a man's face merging together. It's supposed to be, don't know. I never really, some people say it's really weird, but I don't think it's that weird, is it? What am I doing? Something. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's not. It's kind of from a quirky, weird brand, I think. I was looking for brown. For the flower. And some green. Oh, usually I wear like band t-shirts or PJs. I've got PJ bottoms on right now, and I had the top on, but I thought I'd change it. Am I getting along better with holbein? Yes, initially they're doing a bit better for me, but I'm still struggling a little bit. Like, the struggle I have is that they're not suited to the way I paint. Like, I like paint with lots of movement, but as in like you put it in like a wash, like a clear wash, and it will bloom. This doesn't do that. But the colours are still really nice, and they're good for illustration, not so much botanical. The one thing that I really had a bee in my bonnet about with holbein is the UK price. Like, I could never justify paying the UK price for these paints. Like, they're only something like 20-30 pence cheaper than a tube of Daniel Smith. And I'm not even a huge fan of Daniel Smith, but I would still choose them any day over holbein. But they're still good, quite good paint still. They're workable, you can use them. They're definitely more suited to illustrators rather than people who do a bit of both. Right. So that all needs sorting out. It's all a bit of a mess. How's it all? Oh, it doesn't look too bad on the stream. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm looking like on the stream now. I've just opened OBS and it looks a lot different. It looks a bit better. small brush. That needs more. Sorry, I missed parts of the stream. Hold on. Why are people complaining about Winter Violet? What's Namaste? What? Yeah, you've confused me. I don't know what's. I think someone's having their own conversation and I'm in the middle of it. I do that too often. Okay. So they're rambling about paint names from paint makers that give colours. Yeah. I can understand when it's like a really obvious name, like something being called peacock blue. At least you know it's a blue. Instead of like calling it something weird. But yeah, replying to Stacey, yeah, I think you can get some like the big sets on eBay quite cheaply. Alright, so I'm veining with an ultra tiny brush. So basically what I'm going to do then when I release my next paints is name a load of them really weird so you're all going to guess what colour they are. That'd be a little bit cruel. They have a colour called Unity? Really? How do you, what colour is Unity? Like how, that's not a colour. Ah, crap. Yeah, touche, definitely. Make a colour called red and call it green. Yeah. phthalo white. Why not? Blue sunflower. Can you get blue sunflowers? Usually I wouldn't ask such a stupid question, but I've recently discovered you can get blue poppies. Bum bum brown and puppy white. Well, at least you can tell like what colour they're meant to be. Right. What am I doing? Something. I'm not sure where to go with it. Oh, that would be an excellent idea. A cat palette. What would it have? Brown, ginger, white, grey, blue, black. I think people would buy it though if you did a cat palette. That's the wrong brush. A mottled colour named Scout is a butthead. Yeah. Or another one, Stinky Butt. That would be so funny. Or Donut, that would be a good colour name as well. Let's see if I can get... He's going downhill fast. Yeah. Right. This is a really awkward stage. I don't even really know where to go with it. My head keeps getting in the way. Looks kind of done-ish. I need to soften all the edges. Too much. Oh. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to this painting. Like, it's made with a lot of fugitive colours. Like the pink and the purple is going to fade at some point in time. So Prima has named all their colours something weird, but they've left their black. Oh, that's weird. Soften the edges. Oh, my head keeps getting in the way. So Prima has a colour called coconut, but it's a yellow colour. I'm not understanding why that logic is in that. Yeah, I could do prints. Somehow. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to try and do prints and sell original stuff more once I get my website up and running, hopefully. Famous last words. Oh, that's too much. That's better. Right. How are we doing? So I still feel I need some more work in places. Where's my brush? Lost in Space. That's like a cult classic, isn't it? And I've gone to brown. Blue. And that's 2 blue. That's a good green. Okay, right. Let's work on these leaves a little bit. Yeah, I've not seen Lost in Space, but I've seen like the robot and Dr. Smith. It's like a bit of meme culture, isn't it? Meme culture even. slowly getting there. I'm going to sound like a right child, but I'm really excited for the new Incredibles movie. Am I in? No, my head's out of the camera, that's fine. So it's looking a lot better, I think. Ish. Can I soften those anymore? No, I don't think the new Incredibles is out yet. I think it's out next month, June. Yes, it does sadly require going outside. However, usually the cinemas over here tend to have aircon when it gets hot. So there's that going for it. I get to sit in a nice air-conditioned room watching a film. It's out in Canada already. Oh, that's not fair. We've got to wait until, I think it's like the third week of July. I was looking at seeing it while I was in Edinburgh. I think Otto's husband was going to suggest we go watch it, because he wanted to see it and Otto can't watch it. But it wasn't out yet. Brush. It's violet. Yeah, I don't like going anywhere in the summer. Again, like as in Germany, we don't get hot enough to justify aircon. Like, because we only get we probably get about 4 weeks of the year, maybe if that, where we need aircon. Like in the area that I live, we get about 4 weeks a year where it's really hot. It's not constant. It's like we get a week in June, we get a week in July, we'll get like a week in May, and then sometimes a week in August where it's really hot. Like, so it's not enough to justify like apartments, people who build apartments and houses and like work things. It's not worth their time and money to put in aircon. I disagree, but still. And yeah, commuting is gross in my town as well. Like, I got back from Edinburgh on Wednesday morning. Within half an hour of, like, from the bus journey from the bus station to my home, it was like, yeah, I can tell I'm back in my town. That made it even more depressing to be back. think this might be nearly finished. I think there's a theatre near me. It's just about in walking distance, but I wouldn't want to walk to it. Yeah, the summer is crazy hot here. Yeah, we've got, at the minute, temperatures are about 26, 27, and then we get 1 week in July where it's like oven week and it hits like 30 degrees, 32 easily. And it's really horrible. Like, you just can't do anything in that heat. And then I go to work and then it's like nearly 40 degrees. It's just too much. Few more, darken a few of these veins. Do you not get cooler weather as well in Finland? Like, I know here Scotland gets cooler weather. Like, I think the other day when I was up there it was 27 degrees, and apparently that's a real rarity. It never happens. Yeah, we don't get 40 degrees in general. It's just 40 degrees at my work because there's like no aircon and it's like ovens and stuff. The outside temperature will be about 32 and will easily hit 40 when I'm working. Yeah, I couldn't deal with it. That hot. Why have I got 23? Why have I got 20 different? You say about the rain in Scotland though, Edinburgh doesn't get much rain. I think a lot of other Scotland do, but Edinburgh doesn't. It stays pretty rain-free-ish. Like, it's got its own microclimate. And Otto keeps going on about it, saying that it's in a good way, not in a bad way. She goes on and says that the weather's really nice. It's always quite sunny for Scotland. Ouch, 42 degrees of wildfires. I can speak English. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. 42 degrees, no, I'd have to move. I can't stand anything. I can deal with anything that's quite easily up to 20 degrees. That's pretty comfortable. 21, 22 is doable, it's comfortable-ish. It's getting a bit warm, but I can manage it. 24, 25 is when things start to get a little bit uncomfortable. And 26 and above is like, no, I can't do this. I give up. See, I don't mind the cold weather, I quite like it. Like last winter, I always, whenever it got cold, I thought, no, don't complain, enjoy it. And I did. It's just so nice to be able to do things and not worry about sweating to death or find it too difficult to breathe. yeah, like the perfect temperature here is probably about 16, 17 degrees ish. It's warm enough outside that you don't need to have a jumper if you don't want to. If you do want to wear like a jumper or a jacket, that you can. And you can like walk around. It's moderate. It's not, you're not sweating to death, but at the same time you're not shivering. Okay, see you in a bit, Paolo. Thank you for stopping by. Let's move that. Right, I'm just going to stand up and see what this looks like properly, because I don't think I've ever seen what it looks like. It's looking, I'm mixed about it. It looks okay-ish. I don't know, I think it's just its weird colours, like the yellow and the pink and the purple. I kind of like it, kind of don't. I don't know, what do you guys honestly think? Do you think it needs some more work in any areas, or do you think this is looking pretty good? Does anything need darkening, or more shadow, or more veins, or... I'm never sure. Sit down. Ooh. What are we on now? 27 degrees. And I'm just showing you where I live. Yeah, 27 degrees. Sunday's going to be 28. Can't deal with it. This weather really makes me like feel depressed, because I can't deal with it, and I got to go to work and not deal with it, and etc. So it's still in shot. See, it looks okay on stream. I tilt it so it's level. It doesn't look too bad. It looks a bit weird colour. Don't know. Would I make prints out of this? I'm not sure. I might make a print. Who knows? So everyone's liking it so far. Everyone thinks it's okay. I need to find out my little fan. I've got a small USB fan somewhere that would fit perfectly on here, but I don't know where it is. Hidden away somewhere. Really? YouTube has notified me that I'm painting live. Really? I never knew that. Can't believe that. So we're all good with the flower, right? Yeah, I think it's done. I think if I keep adding to it, I think I'm going to overwork it and lose bits of it, which I don't want to keep doing. This has already got so many layers on. I reckon the petals alone have easily 20 layers with all the shading, colouring, and then veining. It's just a bit of a weird colour, like combination, like yellow with the pink and purple. Or do you mean like when I say weird colour a minute ago? On OBS and on your stream it looks a bit of an odd colour to what it does in reality. It's to do with like the white balance and settings of the camera. I try to match it as close as possible, but it's not always doable. I'll take a picture later and put it on Instagram somewhere, so you'll see the colours a little bit more how they should be. So I think that this is now finished. I'm not sure if I'll do prints or not. I'll think about it. So this painting is definitely finished. So this was done with this holbein palette that Otto sent me. which is really nice. I'm going to work more with this and do some more painting with it because I'm actually quite liking working with it. It's a bit unusual for botanical painting, but I'm enjoying it still. So are there any more further questions or comments? If not, I will end the stream in a minute because it's pretty much finished and it's been 2 hours and I'm dying from heat. Oh, on the good side, my burn's gone down quite a lot. I'm actually quite brown now. Not red. That was really bad. Is that going to peel? See, this is where the paper looks like it might peel. Oh no, I'm going to leave that. So yeah, I think that's it then. I don't think there's any more questions or comments. So thank you guys for taking the time to come and watch this. It's been great to have you. Next week I will do a stream and it will be the big reveal stream. It will be the stream where I'm going to show off everything that I'm going to be releasing in my shop update, whether it be Etsy or a website. You will know more next week. And I will swatch all the new colours and show all the new stuff. It might be Tuesday that I do that, or later on in the week. We will see. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully I will see you guys in the future. So take care everyone. Bye bye.